Cause when you feel it in your soul, lift the sound system, now turn it up, a little louder, turn it up, a little louder, turn it up.
I'm the best, I'm the best, and I got it, and I own it on my own. Get my way up, get my go, go. If I touch it, then it's cold, then it's cold. I'm the best, I'm the best, and I got it, and I own it on my own. Get my way up, get my go, go. If I touch it, then it's cold, then it's cold. For the bank and they know I'm in prison. He wanna talk, but he not on the schedule. I ain't taking no from my who ain't heavy. I'm the best, and you heard what I said. Spend all the money, I'm dripping, it's falling. Got on it, then it's dripping like water. Teaching, but I don't have a daughter. I know me, I can pick up when I call her. Working big, and it don't hurt to break, cause I'ma always do it how I wanna do it. Every time he leave know he missed the knew I got him running to it. I'ma need to pull the mail before we talk it that I'm waking up and thumbing through it. Run a like a runner do it. Stun on her till like a stunner do it. I'm the best, I'm the best, and I got it, and I own it on my own. Get my way up, get my go, go. If I touch it, then it's cold, then it's cold. I'm the best, I'm the best, and I got it, and I own it on my own. Get my way up, get my go, go. If I touch it, then it's cold, then it's cold. Top dog like I manage. I'm the really damaged. I came out and make the channel froze. I'm really who the panel chose. Put my name up like a banner boat. Acting tough and I'ma let her go. Name her who got a better flow. She can hang it up just like a telephone. Stick me up with the cost 10K to let it come see it. Hands at me, I make it come treat it. Spin, make it come beat it. I want the new in the machine out. Jewelry be cold like the temperature zero. I'm the hardest, they call me the hero. Heavy then they know what I be on. I'm the best, I'm the best. And I got it, and I own it on my own. Get my way up, get my go. If I touch it, then it's cold, then it's cold. I'm the best, I'm the best. And I got it, and I own it on my own. Get my way up, get my go. If I touch it, then it's cold, then it's cold.
First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup set to go here between the Green Bay Packers and the Detroit Lions. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. Now this defense for the Lions, they played really well in that win last week against Miami.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope he'll recover.
Dancing to his right, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
2 plays so far, run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards.
Probably not how they drew that up.
Not at all.
Looking for a better play coming up on third. And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Now it's Rodgers. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Amani Oruwariye. And he'll take this back down inside the 20. It's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions. Can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Goff, a handoff here to Swift. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Goff now to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
So they've been unable to capitalize on the great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9. Back to throw, Goff. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Rashawn Gary in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Seibert's kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal hurdle.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. Amari Rodgers to return it from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they'll be looking to make amends for that first drive, which came to a rather abrupt ending.
Certainly did, and I remember going back to my notes before this game, and a lot of times when I scout a guy, I have a little section about how does he handle adversity. And in this case, a big check mark. He may have thrown the first interception, but I don't think he's going to throw very many more.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Another try after the first down sack. Rodgers. Pass caught. It's Romeo Doubs. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
Rodgers going to try and throw on 3rd down. Completes it again to Doubs. And he's got some space here. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A big play there on the catch and run. 32 yards.
As a general manager, you're counting on your 1st and 2nd round draft picks to have a big-time impact on your team. But where you make your bones, rounds 3 through 7. If you can find a few diamonds in the rough there, develop them, then you've got something going, and we're seeing one right here.
Yeah, plays like that lead me to believe that they found a diamond in the rough. Quick throw, knocked away, and it... 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Rodgers.
Throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon.
And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 26. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers.
Completed out left to Dobbs.
And it's a Packers touchdown.
Romeo Dobbs.
His 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Packers are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first-quarter lead.
Crosby connects on the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead.
Lions 3.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away.
And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. And Sharp hauls it in. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 29 yards. First down.
A handoff, Swift running to the left.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for. One of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Off play action. Here's Goff.
That throw taken in by Jamison Williams.
And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 36. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves a chains. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Here's a toss play right to Swift.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
The Lions at 4-3, a game over 500. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
Six yards left on 2nd down. They'll stay on the ground with Swift.
And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They got a nice little drive brewing right here.
1st and 10.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good possession, 1st and 10.
Right there, hurt!
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defense in front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. After the run, Goff going to throw. Rolling to his right. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
So many times I advocate not challenging coverage downfield, but on this play, I thought he made an excellent decision to actually do so. If that had been complete, that would have been one for the highlight reel.
Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is 3rd down and 8. They'll fake the give. Now Goff. And that will be incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Seibert able to knock this one through. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6.
So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal to draw them a bit closer here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hold. They just want to keep this game close, so give them credit for finishing that one off with 3.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Rodgers going to return it from his end zone. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
Just the one misstep for them in the first half of the season. 7-1 is the record at the midway point. And in terms of whatever power rankings you want to go by, they're at or near the top of the list in terms of best teams in the National Football League.
And for me, in my little bit of rankings here, I've got them at the top. I know there's still 2 months to go, and we've seen teams get off to hot starts and then fade away due to injuries or the schedule or whatever. But unless there are a rash of injuries on this team, I'd be surprised if they're on a 1st or a 2nd seed come playoff time.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Rodgers, open man, Amari Rodgers, complete. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
Rodgers looking to throw on 3rd and 2. He hits Dobbs on the crosser. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll run the jet sweep now. Rodgers, and he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
One back in the game. That's Jones, 2nd and goal. Now Rodgers on the bootleg. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And the Lions are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. That's a good way to start the drive, 17 yards and a 1st down. A CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but man, his first step is so quick too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Go. Super 1.
A play fake for Swift. Now Goff. He's airing it out for Williams. He rifles one that's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And the return across midfield into the 46-yard line. And Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football. Because remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
But no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
On the move to his left. Throw left side complete. That's Jones. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 14. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. He'll find Aguara complete. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. Rodgers to throw on 3rd and 1. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it, incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. 4th down, Rodgers will give way to Mason Crosby for the field goal try. The kick by Crosby is good, and they bump the lead up to 4 now at 10-6.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
From the end zone, here comes Williams. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
He's airing it out for Williams. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
That's good for our Lions. 1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
Go. Hey, 76. Value free.
Goff now looking to throw. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
And that's why defenders are often frustrated offensive guys. Actually made the catch, looked good doing it, but couldn't get his feet down in order to finish off the takeaway.
Seibert's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So a very tight first half. We had to break in a 1-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. It'll be Lions football to start the second half, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Charles, some things to like about that first half. Ultimately trailing here, but certainly this deficit is manageable. So curious to see what adjustments they may have made at intermission.
As am I, because I think things bode well for a possible comeback, because I thought a lot of their best reps in the first half came through the passing game. They were hitting the open receivers, taking whatever the coverage gave them and making it work well for themselves. Now, they just want to pick up the pace of scoring a little bit. So I expect them to come out and continue to throw the ball effectively.
From the 29, Goff throws out left. It's caught by Williams. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Rashawn Gary, the man to bring him down.
Well, partner, I don't think it's any secret that any running back wants to be able to see a hole open so he can gallop through it. But in this case, he had to slow down. There was really no hole there. And he took a big hit in order to get that 1 yard.
On 2nd and 9, Goff. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Rashawn Gary picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
So now following the sack, Goff and the Lions needing to come up with something here on 3rd and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
Well, I certainly think that we're seeing a big reason why this team is struggling to put points on the board so far, because too many of their drives have ended in turnovers already, and we still have almost a full half of football yet to play.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers.
He's got the hook up with Dobbs. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or...
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time.
Picked by Jeff Okudah. And the Lions are going to take over at their own 11-yard line.
Well, look, we're watching a quarterback here that's obviously been around for a long time. That's a throw he wishes he had back.
He certainly does, but as you well know, this is a guy that's used to taking a few chances, used to fitting it into tight windows. These are throws that he's made before. Didn't happen to get it completed in this case.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments.
Right back to Swift again on 2nd down.
Uses the stiff arm. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Throwing on 3rd, Goff.
And he'll let this one go deep for Chark.
And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Here comes the Lions punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away.
So the punt goes for 56 with a decent return of 13.
And it'll be Packer football here, 1st down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
Now, this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down.
He didn't have a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. Again, it's Jones. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42.
44 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
After the run by Jones, here's first and 10.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, second down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Rodgers' throw complete here on target to Tunyon.
And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 27-yard line. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Now a first down carry by Jones. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short. Now it's Rodgers.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Partner, once in my life, I'll be succinct. In a one-possession game, every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
On the sneak, Rodgers.
And he is going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
3 quarters have come and gone. This is the National Football League.
So from the 17 now, here's a first and 10.
Up the middle, Jones. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
To throw on second and 6. Rodgers steps away to his left. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown.
Aaron Jones.
A 12-yard touchdown grab.
And the Packers will add to their fourth quarter lead.
Extra point up and good by Crosby. And that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away.
From the end zone, here comes Williams. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. There's still plenty of time here in the fourth quarter. Just a one-possession game, down 8. They'll be looking for the touchdown and 2-point conversion. A field goal here on this drive does very little at this stage.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, sometimes as a running back, you've got to be able to improvise when the hole's not where you expect it to be. But in this case, there wasn't any improvisation that he could do that was going to work. Kind of like if you're trying to be a comedian on open mic night at the Improv and you run into a tough crowd.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They go back to the ground, this time Swift. And he'll get about 2 there to the 36. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Now Goff. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Play action. It's Goff. That one complete. He finds Sharp. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. It doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there. It keeps them advancing the ball.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now a play fake, and it's Goff. Open man right side is Sharp. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
And that's a much-needed first down right there. Look, they're down by 8. So logic says they don't have to get a touchdown out of this drive. But the way things are going, I don't know if I'd put it in the hands of my defense here. You might not get the ball back at all. So if a 4th down situation comes up, I'm thinking hard about going for it right here and right now.
This will be caught at about the 6. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. 3rd and 2. Goff. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
But based on the play we just saw there, he might not be the guy you want to challenge in coverage on these all-important snaps. He certainly looks dialed in right now.
Desperation time for Goff on 4th. On a bad time late for a poor throw. It's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Packers are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. A 4th down, they felt compelled to go for it, and he throws the INT.
Yeah, he knows that you can't take a sack there, so he had to try and force one in. Now, this might not be a throw he makes if we're in the 2nd quarter, but he had to take the chance there, and this one wound up being intercepted.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. Back to the ground, this time with Jones. Able to bust through the tackle, but not much to show for it. Still inside the 5. The second down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there.
And this is an absolutely big third down that's been set up here, partner. And there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big third down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. Now Rodgers. He finds Watson complete. And he is going to have the Packers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. I think everyone in the stadium saw that big hit coming.
And I, as a former defensive back, have to admit I'm a little disappointed. He actually was able to hold on to the ball. He brought the lumber on that play. Give my man a whole lot of credit for taking the hit and possessing the football.
And picking up the first down. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. They'll try and run some clock now with Jones. And he stopped immediately there. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. You don't see that a ton, do you? The quarterback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball is moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
On 3rd down, here's Jones. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. On the return is Williams. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time, and the Lions will take over. Meanwhile, in Foxborough, there in the 4th quarter, and you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. If they hang on, that would up their win total to 5 on the season so far. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in the second half.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
Now it's gone. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. A couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You having to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
Goff now to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. This defense looking impenetrable now. 3 straight incompletions. They're giving him nowhere to go with the football. Maybe a little frustrated back there.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. When you've missed on 3 straight, there's going to be some frustration. But now he's got to make sure that that frustration is temporary, not lingering. Big throw coming up.
A 4th quarter score from the Meadowlands. The Jets have scored again. They're really opening it up now. A victory there would mean they're 6th on the year. Here we go on 4th. Goff. He's going to let it fly. And this one is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Rodgers will take a knee here, and that should be all she wrote. It's all over. A Green Bay victory, and it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half, the adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Packers, they're setting themselves up as a major contenders. They move to 8-1 now on the year. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Dallas Cowboys. Meanwhile, for the Lions, they drop back to 500 now at 4 up and 4 down. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at Soldier Field with the Chicago Bears.